spend today trying to build a faith background that will last you for tomorrow. Listen to the video thought for the day. Pray to God, but not just in general. Oh, God, have a good day. Thank you for being God. Bless me. Pray specifically for things and watch the hand of God work, because the hand of God will answer your prayer, either yes or no, or let me modify it, or not yet. But build upon the idea that there is a God who is there, and let him inform your present. So tomorrow, whenever that may be, when you're faced with difficulties, you're able, like Paul, to look back and say, I know God's been in control in the past and has worked to his glory and good, so I'm confident today that he will in the future. Jesus was offered the world, but he knew better. He had eternity, not a broken world, but a real world. Which brings me to my final point, and that is Satan offered Jesus a chance to use the ways of the world to achieve what he thought Jesus might be willing to take. Authority, rulership. And Jesus said, no, I'm not going to use the ways of the world. I'm going to use the ways of God, and I'm going to invest in eternity. And that's a challenge for me today. I'm going to have temptations to work today in the ways of the world, and I don't want to. I want to work in the ways of God and in the will of God for eternity. Temptation after temptation after temptation. Satan says, hey, you manipulate your godness and you turn these stones into bread to feed your hunger. Or you manipulate your godness. You throw yourself down from the temple and trust that the angels are going to take care of you because God says they will. Each time Jesus says, no. I'm going to follow God, not you. I'm not trying to prove God. I'm not trying to make God my butler that does what I tell him to. He's not my bellhop to bring my luggage when I demand it. I'm going to do what God tells me to. And then here's the interesting part of the end. God does send his angels to take care of Jesus. God does provide for Jesus food. God does tend to Jesus' needs and ultimately gives Jesus the kingdoms of the world. Over and over and over, Jesus would be challenged by the temptation of doing things his way. But he always chose to do things God's way. I like that. I want to look at these temptations and have undergirding all of them this recognition that it's not about me. And it's not about what I want. It's about God and what he says.